What's up, YouTube? I know last video I said weekly videos, and obviously that hasn't happened, but we're gonna do our best to get back to it. Mini Nats, we're definitely recording. I have videos going out actually of this thing. That's why, well, not the whole reason why it's moved, but part of the reason. But yeah, I have a full video on this. We have to finish it still, but we did record most of it already. Actually, we literally just need to drive it. But I worked on the Ranger yesterday and didn't film it. I'm about to film a video on the new truck and well, actually, I could do a little bit on the dually too. So next video will be just a general update, but this video is going to be the part 2 of the Tacoma, which that is not over yet. I was supposed to be going to my uncle's today to hopefully finish it, but he had some other things come up. He's getting a building put on his property and a couple other things, and he had to get some stuff handled for that. But yeah, I'm gonna stop blabbering and enjoy this video. So I got this tacked in where I want it. It's like you can see there, it's pretty damn good now. It's a little forward, and like I said, the axle is already forward because of the monoleaf. So when we do the 4-link, it should be pretty dead nuts, but this is a huge notch, so it doesn't really matter. Like, you can see how much is hanging off. But so how I'm doing this is I'm setting up the insides with it like this, and then I'm going to do that other inside, and then once that's done and I have these where I want them, I could square up every, like the other plate, obviously the tops and bottoms. I don't know if I showed that when I showed the pieces. They're sitting out here in the rain, which yeah is perfect for welding, but the tops and bottoms are one piece, so those I just gotta cut to length and they'll set on top, and then weld around, blah blah blah. Anyway, I just need to get one lined up on each side. I'll get the wheels off, get this thing jacked up in the air, and then square up everything else. I decided not to cut the tops off because I can't get the Sawzall in there. So we'll just hit, well, this side I only have to hit actually on both of these, really. I'll just hit the bottom outside, and then the top I could just slice through with the Sawzall. Hopefully I don't run out of blades, but if so, then I'll just have to finish the bottom side of the notch tomorrow. But I'm trying to keep it to where it could still have brakes. Worst case scenario, if I have to, I can't finish this for whatever reason this weekend, I could get Dad's truck back in here. Yeah, I want to don't want Sparkies in there. All right. I had some issues with tips. The welds in there, I wouldn't really pay too much attention to, but I don't think them suckers ain't going nowhere. That one in there is pretty good. They're all definitely penetrating, like they're good. Just like the top of that first one there I had issues with. This side's all tacked in and ready to go, just like the, well, that side's almost fully welded. But yeah. Let's see, that one didn't do as good on the back side, but getting there. I'm gonna get the top on this side, weld that sucker all on, and then I guess I'll have to cut the bottoms off. All right, it's the next morning. I'm pretty sure I showed that in the last clip. Decided to call it a night. It's getting late. We gotta weld up that side still, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and just cap this one and get it done. So I fully welded all that yesterday. Pretty happy with all that except this side I didn't clean well, so it had issues, but it did burn in. You could see it on the other side. We're gonna get this thing on air at the very least today, and I'm hoping I could start figuring out tank mounts. So that's the next thing to do. I'm not sure if we're gonna be able to run shocks because that's already probably pretty close to full collapse height. But we'll see. When I get the frames cut out, I'll bolt them on there and we'll see what happens. Yeah, I don't think you have to weld the insides fully, but I like doing it. It's just, it doesn't hurt, that's for sure. Especially with this side of the notch only being welded on the bottom and the top here. Even though, like I said in another clip, these frames are C-channel throughout the whole way. This is over-engineered. It'll be fine, long story short. Yeah, but I want to get this nose out of the garage a little bit so I have more room to work back here. And then I'm going to get this thing jacked up in the air and on jack stands. Just because, where did I set the tool? Oh, I had the carbide on oh, there it is. I took this guy where I mentioned, I wish I did it over there, but, and got all this in here. Not taking material away, just trying to get it bare metal with a small bit in between here. There's like an 1/8 of an inch, or probably less, probably 1/16 of an inch of shit I couldn't get down in that groove. So I'm hoping I'm just gonna build and burn that in hot, and they'll just burn all that off and not care. Like I said, there's plate going over and inside, and this side will be fully welded. It'll be fine. This will be fully welded downhill, so anyways, we got it jacked up now. Wheels off. I'm gonna get this side capped, and then probably cut the bottoms off, get the bottom welded. Maybe cut this out, or it might start on the other side. I don't know. I kind of want to get this cut out. That's the worst part of doing a notch, is cutting the factory frame piece out. But I think on this one, yeah, especially this side, I could get away with just cutting the bottom. And that's why I would have cut these sides off too, is to cut the bottom, because it's hard to get a grinder disc in there straight and have a minimal cleanup. But it's like C-channel. The only place that's boxed is like in this area in the middle. So I'll just take a cutoff wheel here and do the bottoms, and then use the Sawzall for the top. That side is gonna get a little interesting with that piece that bends like 45s kind of behind the notch there. Not much of it. It's more towards the top. The bottom I think is fine, but that'll be interesting. But hopefully I can find a Sawzall blade. If not, I guess I'll have to go buy one or have one brought to me. Regardless, we'll get it off one way or another. I also got, I don't think I mentioned it, but we got plasma cutter now. Which I don't like using the plasma cutter doing this stuff because of that guy. I don't really like welding over there, but I did it on the other truck and it was fine. I've done it on several trucks and never had a fire. The only time we've actually had a fire was a gas tank we pulled out. It was still lit on fire. Anyway, besides the point. Yeah, I wrapped this up and zip tied it because I believe the vent's up here, which is the only place that sparks should be able to get in, by like covering up all that because it's an old truck. Yeah, I don't know what the gaskets are like, and it'd suck if a spark bounced in there. Yeah, I just tuck it around the tank, under the drive shaft, up under here, all that. I like going up under the cross members too, so there's less chance of sparks jumping up in there, and they can. Like I said, I've done it before. My mom's truck was the only one I've ever used a welding blanket on the gas tank. So, like you said, you just be careful, use your own judgment. Don't do what I do. Like I always say. Yeah, I'm gonna stop blabbering for real. I just want to mention that. And these carbide bits are cheap, and you don't have to get the Milwaukee, obviously. You could get the cheap air die grinders from Harbor Freight. They last for a little while, but they don't always do the best. But again, I'm gonna get back to this, and I think I'm just gonna finish up that side. I just decided. Anyway, let's get to it. All right, I got this cap welded on. Looks good. I think it's safe to say that thing's not going nowhere. One thing I'll recommend, this is a weld coat. I think it was like $100 on Amazon. But this has the true color. Yeah, I know my lens is real dirty. But this is called the true color, and you could see so much better. It's amazing. I bought some like $300 mask thinking it would have it, and it didn't. And I'd rather use this mask all day. Well, I got rid of the other masks, so that tells you anything. Yeah, this welder is fucking working good. Next is to cut the bottoms off and then cut the frame section out, but I'm thinking I'm gonna go do the other side before I get too crazy into that. Just to get it done. I don't like welding by the gas tank stuff, like I said, so I try to do it far away first, at least practice welding so I could just get it done and over with. But since the metal's clean, it shouldn't be too messy and slaggy. We'll see. Gonna get her done. It'll burn down or it won't, right? So I'll remember if I recorded this one. You got this guy on there. Safe to say I don't think that guy's going anywhere. I had a lot more practice on this side. Still, it's been a while since I welded, but I'm happy it does. That thing's not gonna go nowhere. Like I said, I finished welding the insides too. And that worked out very well. In the middle, it hicked up a little bit, but just keep your pool going, and in the mask, you'll see when it fills up, and you'll be good. See how that one, that's a good one right there. Not super consistent, but I'm really trying to focus on the undercutting more than making my bead consistent, because, you know, looks don't matter at the end of the day. This is not going to be a show truck by any means. But I'm going to let this cool off for a little bit. And then I guess we cut out the center sections and then start cutting off Actually, I might cut off the tails first. We'll see. I might hook that guy up for that. We'll see. I need to figure out a fitting to put in that for air, but yeah, fucking going good. I'm really happy how these came out. So I got batteries on batteries charging. I don't know where we're at with this. I got this side ready except for that bottom piece because cutoff wheel ran out. Cut out and ready for the bottom to go in, but I just went through my last cutoff wheel. I got this flap disc and prepped to cut. Still got to do that side. This is actually everything I need the Sawzall for. I've been using this worn out blade on. It's barely got me through that side, so I'm going to get a pack of blades, cut off discs and blades to do this side. And then I got to cut off the excess on the inside part of the notch. Alright, I know we're jumping forward a lot, but obviously got these notches fully welded. This side too, underneath, everything. I'm working on the driver bag mount now. Passenger one obviously already in. I haven't welded the other side of the lower bag mount, but I got as much as I could without taking the wheel off and dropping the axle. So the monoleaf definitely sounds like it's not staying. Big problem is that you can see it's 1 3/4 inches off the ground with it like that, and it sits like level without cutting the tubs. So for right now, we're leaving the truck like this, and then when I do my mock-up bag, I'm spacing it up 3 inches, and you gotta make sure if you do stuff like this that you tighten them, otherwise it won't be level. This is not measured up or anything, I literally just sat it there, but because of that, I'm spacing the bag up 1 3/4 inches. I think it's actually closer to 2 inches, but regardless. And it sounds like we are either gonna do some kind of 2-link, which I know people don't like, a reverse 4-link, or I'm gonna build a 3-link, but we're not sure what we're doing yet. But for now, we were gonna mount the tank and compressors back here, but if we're gonna do all that in the future anyway, we decided, we as in me and my uncle talking, we're gonna mount the tank and compressors at the front of the bed, and I'm gonna make a cool mount for the like pedestal for the valves and whatnot. But yeah, that was a bummer. I knew that was gonna happen, and then I went to go looking to re-drill it, and it's only gonna get like a 1/2 inch, and then the front's still, I think it's better to leave it like this for right now, and then redo the rear suspension at a later date. But for right now, it's still low as fuck. I mean, we're 1 inch off the ground. But it is what it is for now. We're gonna keep going. After I get this welded in tonight, some point this week, I guess tomorrow after I get off work, I'm going to start cutting out the bed, get the bed on. And then this is worrying me because this is mounted to where it's supposed to be, and it's really damn close to that tire, so hopefully there's nothing in there extruding it. I guess I could cut it out, because like I said, this wasn't even mounted. This just hangs out. Like I didn't unbolt anything to get this out of there. It was crazy. These are so similar to the old Toyotas. I've worked on several of those, but so many weird things are different. But yeah, I'm gonna get to putting this. Also, why I was saying the 2-link, because the leaf springs, the way they are, it's hard to see, but they're angled up like this in the front already, and the blocks are staying with that angle, so the axle's like tilting forward like a 2-link already. So I was like, why not just do a 2-link, and then, well, I was gonna say do a drag link, but I guess we're gonna do a pan hard off the notch or something along them lines. Yeah, I don't know. We'll probably end up doing a 3-link if I'm being honest. But like I said, we'll see. Everything's subject to change. But for now, I'm gonna keep trucking. I'm gonna get this axle cleaned up to weld this bottom bracket on, and then tack the top in, and I'm gonna fully weld the suckers. All right, both bag mounts fully welded in. Again, I tacked it good, but I didn't weld the outsides. I'm gonna wait till they're not going anywhere, I promise, but I'm gonna wait till I have the wheels off to do those, and I still gotta take this apart and look over everything, and gotta figure out these brakes still. I don't know what we're gonna do there. Speaking of, I want that to break. But yeah, the welds over here Some of them weren't great. It's getting harder to see, but they burned in, I tell you that. Those all look good. I'm happy at those. This side was a little interesting, but they burned in. All is well. I'm very confident with my welding these days. Yeah, I'm gonna let that cool off, go eat some food, or bolt that bag in, and I guess see what happens. All right, so just like every update on this build so far, a lot's happened. Got everything painted, bags are mounted in for good. I welded the outside seams. I think our shocks are gonna work. So we decided that this thing's just gonna lay out on the tubs and the spring mount for now with the monoleaf. Also, I got the brake done. I welded up one of the fittings and put it up under the front to delete that return line. I'm running wires for the compressors now. I'm doing it just how I did my mom's. It's just this install gear kit. It's gonna come back to this, and then the compressors will wire to that. They're gonna be in the bed. So I just wanted to pre-wire that before we get the bed on there. That'll make it a lot easier with the bed on the wire. Yeah, and then I should be done with getting under the truck till I start running airlines, I guess, which we're probably gonna run down that way on the notch on each side. I 3D printed one of these things and the self-tapper like stripped out and wouldn't thread in anymore, but it's on there. I 3D print a bunch more of those to everywhere where the stock harness doesn't have a place to tie in. I guess I could get literally the whole return line off. Yeah, I'm gonna work on running this wire. Also, Zach the other day did an AC compressor install. That was for the O-rings. So this thing should be rocking AC and fully bagged. Should be pretty cool. I also got to paint the front brackets still, and I need to reseal them. I used Loctite stuff on this. This thing was up for 2 nights and didn't leak down at all. So a lot of people say these bags leak. In my experience so far, they're good, but leaking wise, we'll see how they ride. They seem pretty thin, so they're not gonna ride the best, I bet. But yeah, I'm gonna zip tie this wire up along the bottom side, and I'm gonna have it go through this cross member and around to this. And I don't know what else to do after that. We'll probably jump on the inside here and start wiring the switches. Well, I guess single switch in the gauge, and maybe run gauge wire to the back. I don't know yet. We'll see. I need someone here to do the bed, so I don't think we'll get to that tonight, but we'll see. Relay to the compressors gonna go into there. I got wire coming up to here into the fuse, battery. Next, I'm going to find a switch power source, and then I gotta wire the switch and the gauges, or gauge right now, I guess. And then I'm probably gonna run the wiring for the gauges back to here, because it probably will run to the back now, hopefully, and be all good. Recording on a GoPro today. Goal to get some shit done on the Tacoma. If you haven't noticed already, I'm on a GoPro today, and that is because the iPhone I was using to record video likes to die. So every time I go to record, like I was recording yesterday, and overnight battery just dead. So we got 3 or 4 batteries for the GoPro. I got them charging right now. So we're gonna test this out and see how it works. I know this camera, the GoPro I'm used to wasn't great. The Hero 4, I mean, it was great for its time, but this one has image stabilization, and I can look at myself when I record, and it has a screen on the back. Turn it around like you can see the camera or the screen on the back. But yeah, we're going to try to get as much done as I can on the Tacoma today. It's like 1 o'clock. It was raining this morning, and then I was working on a video for the Ranger, putting some speakers in it. Anyway, let's get to it. Hopefully this GoPro footage doesn't suck. Also, you probably tell by now, and I might have said it already, again, this has been recorded over several months. I'm probably gonna cut out a lot, so if stuff's weird or I mentioned something that I didn't talk about, that's why, because a lot of stuff changed over the couple months. But we're getting back to it. Moving the Ranger, getting started on the Tacoma. What's up, YouTube? I only have 14% left on this battery, so we'll see how far we can get, but I want to do an update. It's been some time since the last clip. I don't even know what we did on video, honestly, but the Tacoma is inside. You see there's no lines hanging out anywhere anymore. Got the bed cover back on. She's all on her own. I guess I'll pop the tonneau in a second, but yeah, we're still testing the GoPro too, so if the light sucks or the low light, I'm sorry, but according to the screen it looks pretty okay. I showed you all that, but it's fully installed. I still have to run the gauge wires, which I just ran out of time this week, and it takes quite a while to do it. I don't want to just halfway do it. I want to do it all. So yeah, got the AVS box. Yeah, I guess I could show it lifting. See, compressors kick on, back down. I guess I could just do the, for whatever reason when the compressors are on, this happens. The fucking front won't go down. Back works fine, front doesn't go down. I think it's, there it goes. I think it's a ground issue. So I'm gonna run a ground from the bed to the, because the valves are grounded to the bed. And I guess when the compressors are shaking, it just, I don't know, it's not having a good connection to the frame. So I think I'm gonna run, did this thing die? Oh no, the screen just turns off. So I think I'm gonna make a new ground strap somewhere back here, just because it's easy to get to, and run it to the frame, just so I know I have a good ground. Maybe that's the issue, maybe not. That just isn't locked, it's all put together. But yeah, this thing's been a lot of fun. It's taken a lot longer than it was supposed to. But I guess I'll say now, we're gonna take it to its first show in a couple of weeks, eastbound get down. And then after that, me and Zachary will be driving it to North Carolina or South Carolina for Maggie Valley Mini Nats. Also, if the camera's shaky, I have really shaky hands. Yeah, I've been wanting to, the phones, I like the way they record, and the quality is, you know, good enough for my YouTube channel, but the battery on the iPhone I use to record videos just dies out. Like, I can charge it and then let it sit overnight, and it would just die. So like, it's really annoying when you're trying to record videos. It's just part of the reason why a lot of this didn't get recorded. But I'll just excuse it, really. I could have used my phone. I just had to make space. A couple of things I don't know if I mentioned. These back wheels were really close. And they're still pretty close, but they have like a 1/4 inch now, which is plenty. He had the back of the wheels shaved. I forget how much, it was an 1/8 or 1/4 inch, one or the other. And it did the trick. The front doesn't need it because it cambers in pretty hard. It's funny when it's sitting up, the back is like super narrow and the front's noticeably wider. But it was that way before, honestly. Just because I don't know if it's something to do with what's done up front, but maybe that's just how Tacomas are. I don't know, but yeah, I wanted to record this thing in the garage. Mainly get a GoPro test, but we're gonna do some driving on this thing today. The only thing I need to do now to have it on the road is bleed the brakes. And we have this vacuum bleeder I might try. I'm not sure. You can bleed from the master, so I might try that and see how that goes. If not, I don't know. It breaks fine right now, just I haven't bled it since deleting the whatever valve thing, load valve on the back. But yeah, I wanted to give you guys an update. This might be one of the last updates to the video. I'm about to record a intro to this video explaining like what the hell's going on, because it's all over the place and it took me like 6 months, 5 months to record this video. So anyway, 2026, we're coming back strong. We got this thing to get started on soon. Oh yeah, we put the knee cheese on here. Tell me that ain't hard. Talk about doing U-turns laid out. I'm not gonna show you over there. We got compressors, the valve block. So this pedestal I printed on the one side. I'm about to throw a zip tie around it so it doesn't move around and crack a line or something stupid. But I recessed the bolts into the mount there. That's also temporary. A lot of this is still temporary, but the self-tappers, I mean. Yeah, I recessed the nuts and it just made it too thin and broke the plastic. So I redesigned that to not have the recess. I was struggling to figure out a compressor issue, so I redid all these wires and we got aluminum. But I want to make sure, I just did all that, so I want to make sure it's all good. Cat and stuff for the exhaust later, muffler. We're probably going to end up putting these on too, putting the compressors under the trunk. These door handles exploded and I guess they sent them beige ones, not brown. But yeah, I got all my stuff out of here from driving it. That was the old valves and gauges that we didn't end up using. Yeah, not too much changed in here. I know I showed this in a previous video, but the buttons, compressors, the gauges are all hooked up now too. I didn't record that. There's a sensor there, and then up under the doors on each side is the fronts, and then the tank one is hidden behind the tank. I just filmed the intro to the video the outro to the video I just recorded, and now I'm doing the outro to the video you're watching right now. This is part 2 of the Tacoma build, and there will be more parts to come. It is not done. He's been talking about several stuff that he wants to do in the future, so we're gonna get that done and record it. But for now, this is all I have of footage of the Tacoma. So we got, as of right now, I believe there's roughly three and a half weeks till mini nats, which is going to be hopefully our big comeback video. Me and Zach are road tripping the Tacoma up there. We're gonna have a support vehicle. I don't know if that's gonna happen now, but we'll see. But Tacoma is not done. There's still some stuff we gotta go do. I never cut out the fender tubs in the front, and in the back he wants to re-drill, even if it's a 1/2 inch, re-drill upwards on the front leaf hanger and cut the bottom off, just to get it as low as we can. The front should go down to the front cross member, no problem. It just needs the tubs cut out. I saw that there's several people who lay 20s and such on DJM control arms, upper control arms, and bulb joint flip. So we'll see. Maybe that's not true. I don't know. It's Facebook. But anyways, guys, next week we'll have a video of his like general update stuff, and yeah, we tinker with I just said all this, so it's a little weird, but we tinker with the Ranger some. It had some issues, and you get them fixed supposedly. Besides, well, you'll find out in the video. Anyways, guys, I'll definitely see you next week in this one. And the video is already done. Well, we have a video on the Mustang too, but so we should be seeing plenty of content. That's what I'm saying. Alright, guys, see you in the next one.